gone because he's not a problem child.
Yeah.
Somebody been coughing up these documents. I don't know who it is, Ocho, but somebody been coughing up some documents.
But, you know, whoever's coughing it up, either they don't like Kawhi or they don't like Mr. Ballmer. Or they don't like both of them. Kawhi is so quiet. I heard him talk maybe, 3-4 times.
A whole lot of talking.
Hey.
So you would think he was someone that's likable, where they would kind of, you know, well, listen, we really never had any problems out of Kawhi. Let's see what we can do to get this going, because he's not a problem child. He's not one that is always in the news or always in the media for doing wrong, for doing things wrong. Let's see if we can sweep this one under the rug. But I guess not.
Man, Kawhi ain't even got on Instagram. Kawhi ain't studying. Hey, Ballmer, they know Ballmer pockets. His pocket long, bro. So they got to check up on him. Yeah.
So,
hey, Joe, you say he ain't got no Instagram?
That man ain't got no IG, bro. He ain't study y'all out here. That man out there living his best life.
Yeah, and so this and that, and it seems like he hadn't been signed because the last thing I want to do if I'm Toronto is to sign him, and then he gets suspended.
Yeah, so I don't think that trade gonna go through Uncle Ocho, and I don't think the Clippers. I don't think they gonna mind having him back neither. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's got to be a messed up feeling to have.
Yeah. Can't go where you want to go. I got to go back home.
Yeah, I mean, because think about it, they already traded you already in your head. You in Toronto. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta take all that back, like damn.
Because that's what happens, man. That's the bad look.
He thought he gonna get up out of that sky.
Yes.
No. I mean,
I hate you. You black, you know what? You mofo, kiss my you know what. That's why your mama ain't ish. That's why she all of a sudden, oh boy, he go back to his old lady, and now she try to come back to you.
The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs.
No, I'm good. So yeah. I can't get past. You was good. You called me a black mofo and told me I was no good for nothing. But the moment you brought my mom into it,
about my mama.
To the occasion, with
gotta let it go.
fans looking on.
Yeah, once you talk about mama,
I gotta let you go.
Pistons.
I cannot good card to know that you talk about my mama like that.
NBA playoffs
I'll be as sorry as you want me to. You sorry, me.
Game 4 coming your way in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for postseason basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill battling the force with us on the sidelines. Now let's check out the starters for the Detroit Pistons. They've got Johnson, Alex McGrady in at the 2, and for the Hornets, Paul George out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Damian Lillard, and it's Hastings in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. You look at Charlotte, this is a crucial game for them. A win here, and this is a brand new series. But a loss has them staring at a daunting 3-1 deficit.
And B.A., this is when a team looks to its fans for a big boost. They want the energy.
Kawhi's return to the Raptors appears to have gotten more complicated. Leonard's trade is already on foot while the NBA investigates his sponsorship deal with a Green banking company as a possible attempt to serve the salary cap. Yesterday, the reporter who broke this story, former ESPN contributor Pablo Torre, reported that Leonard also had an undisclosed partnership agreement with Draft Hornets, the company that designed the Clippers video board. A source told Torre that the sponsorship deal was 1,000% a way to circumvent the salary cap. Clippers have yet to comment on the deal.
So confident.
Stephen A.
The moment Kirk has the rock, he knows exactly what to do with it.
I want to say this encouragement and importance and Ballmer. I'm a fan of a lot of people in that organization. I know a lot of people think I don't like them. I know a lot of people think I love me some time. This is egregious.
If it's true, we're talking about banishing Steve Ballmer, as far as I'm concerned, for at least a year. We're talking about it should be entertained that Kawhi Leonard should be banned for a year. Yeah, he just took the money, but damn that. Deal with aspiration, all right? That's a green banking company. That's at the center of the NBA investigation going on now. To learn that you might have had another sponsorship deal worth millions of dollars with Daktronics. So you had not one, but a couple of companies funneling money to you to circumvent the salary cap, where you getting this money, but you also getting these additional dollars on the side illegally, because according to NBA bylaws, you ain't supposed to be doing this. No, you can't go for that. Now, that's going to open up a Pandora's box that me and CC was talking about during the commercial break, because let's face reality. There's nobody worth 2 cents that's going to believe this is the only place that's happening if it's true. There's no way on earth that Kawhi Leonard was innovative. And he's the one that pulled this off. Now, I will say, there is nobody that should give a master class on how to get paid without working better than Kawhi Leonard. That brother invents ways to miss work. It's unbelievable.
Him and
It's unbelievable. There's no doubt about it. And by the way, as much as we want to give credit to Sam Presti, the president of basketball operations for the Oklahoma City Thunder for winning the title, the number one person who deserves the credit is Kawhi Leonard, because of the assets the Clippers had to give away in order to acquire him years ago. He's the one that you should credit with Oklahoma. They should give him a ring for what he did for that franchise. But this is true. First things first, Pablo Torre.
Is it just me, or does grocery shopping hit different these days? Every aisle I'm thinking, can I afford this? Where's the store brand version? What's left in my account? How are we out of diapers again? If this sounds familiar, you gotta download Dave. You could qualify for up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. It's fast cash with no credit check, interest, or late fees. And it helps you stop stressing and finish your shopping. Get out of your head and download Dave today.
I love that. Who doesn't love the sound of birds? I love that drum fill sound. I love Oliver's.
If it's true, outstanding work on his top. Outstanding work. Pablo Torre. I mean, the bottom line is, ain't nobody out there doing what this brother is doing right now. Give credit is due to Pablo Torre. If it's true, there's no question. He deserves all the credit in the world. Don't even think about anybody else getting credit. This is him. But number 2, the NBA, Adam Silver, this is true. Steve Ballmer did it. Who wants that? 2 times? Aspiration plus now that 20. You didn't know any? Nobody. I love Steve Ballmer. Very nice person. Great asset for the NBA, the side, cheering on the level of the how great he does. He did this. If this happened, this is really, really bad. I believe that Adam Silver is going to have to come down. I'm talking about banishment for at least a year for both the owner and the owner. It's something like that. You're talking about persuasive measures for people who never not to do this again. I'm talking about I'm talking about banishment for at least a year. I'm talking about sending the kind of message where no player nor any owner would even think about doing this again. That cannot happen if this is true.
Yeah, the punishment has got to serve as a deterrent for the 29 other teams around the league. It's got to be punitive enough, Stephen A., where the Clippers are in a position where they can't be competitive for the foreseeable future. I think this rises to that level when you talk about how egregious, how nefarious the actions of people in power with the certain organization have been when it comes to the Kawhi Leonard of it all. Now, here's the thing, and we mentioned this is a can of worms for Adam Silver. And that as this investigation that was being led by Walker Lift in the law firm
dragged on it until get the very part of the year. As it continues to go, more was potentially going to be on Earth. It's no wonder he wanted the investigations included weeks ago. Because you know, as it continues to go, there's the potential to find out more. And this is the myth. We're doing reports, the calls coming from inside the house. So that Lord Payne anonymous that inside the Clippers organization, citing this electronic enforcement deal for Kawhi Leonard that was released in the process of that is called the aspiration deal that was believed to be $28 billion. They all have an association with the Clippers as corporate partners. Aspirations was a sponsor. The patch on the jersey. We've been talking about Brett Favre. Globally, we heard on video boards and when that player needed to endorse that. I don't know about a player needed to. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. When did that happen? I've never heard of it. But it comes down to the concept. What's going on with aspirations, you can dismiss with the four years or so. You go to prison, to waterfall. But now there's two instances where corporate partners of the LA Clippers are endorsing Kawhi Leonard to the tune of millions of dollars. It is too much out of habit to be dismissed as a coincidence, and that's why I think Adam Silver is going to have no choice but to come down hard on the Clippers and Kawhi.
The aspiration, $28 million to Wild Man. An unnamed employee who reported his work for the banking company told our reporter the sponsorship agreement is to circle Saturday. Quote, got Steve Ballmer, the owner, whose category did not oppose him repeatedly denied. There's any truth to the research of the allegations that he was Ballmer also said he was the entire investment group after
my God.
They wanted to point that out and that he displayed his report about a company. His argument is helped out by the founder of Aspiration, Joseph Sandberg, like you said, sentenced in June, just in June, to 14 years in federal prison for his role in defrauding investors and lenders out of $248 million. So he defrauded people. He gets sentenced to 14 years in federal prison for defrauding people nearly $250 million. So that falls in line.
I think about it in my head, and so I believe in myself and all my dreams. What's your hot take for the upcoming football season? Saquon's going to break 2,000 yards again. So that's the type of...
I ain't no conspiracy theorist or none of that type of shit like that, but you just, you know, when you start looking at it from a different perspective, it's like, damn, a lot of that shit makes sense. And I just remember my agent calling me like, hey, you know, you got an opportunity, you know what I mean? Like, if you win, you know, MVP, they gonna ask you, are you going to Disneyland? And I told them, I'm like, why would I go to Disneyland? I'm from Oakland, I'm going to the hood. And they like, oh, because you gotta go to the Disneyland parade. I'm like, nah, but I'm going straight to the hood. If I do score that touchdown, it's possibly that I, you know, win Super Bowl MVP, all this shit. And it's like, would you rather have a little short man of bones with a motherfucker? Or would you have more shine when it's MVP and it's like... You know what I mean? So they was trying to get Russ, they was trying to make Russ the hero, huh? Ain't no force. That's exactly what it is. So I was like, you know, I mean, I ain't never, you feel me? I ain't, because I'm like, I can tell because it, you know, after the game, everything, we got in the month, we had the whole damn resort smoked the power. Like, it was, I mean, you couldn't tell us that we did win, but yeah, that's off a whole lot of vibe.
You know, I believe Marshawn Lynch, man. You know, the more we look into this, man, I start to see that these corporations, they want to push a certain demographic or agenda to people. You know what I'm saying? Although we broke the oath, like, let's be real, we can't, America doesn't want to see a black man with locks and gold teeth as a Super Bowl champion on the box of Wheaties on your Subway commercial. They don't, you know what I'm saying? So everything is put in place for this specific reason. You know what I'm saying? Everything is put in place for this specific reason, yo.
Here's Sampson.
So I believe it, man. I believe that the NFL is rigged. You know, the whole sports, the whole entertainment thing is not realistic. Did y'all see what Aaron Rodgers said?
Tony Fauci is an absolute criminal. Can you tell us about the mindset of coming into that season? That's what we're saying. Is everything better? Is everything funner? Is everything more awesome? Like, how do you kind of view this when those things do in the past? Now I'm going to play with this. Okay. Like that absolute challenge. Absolute challenge. Are you kidding me? Yeah. 111. You got a farm that you're cleaning over 100 times? Yeah. What are you scared of, Tony? I thought you were in science. Yeah. I thought you were I am science. And you get up there and you can't answer the question? Yeah. What are you doing? And how much time did the network spend today? How much time did they spend on my responses every week, on my donation status, on Taylor and Travis's wedding? On Tony Fauci. No, I don't think I bet they did. But on that note, and there was another scandal this offseason too, involving a voter for MVP, for coach of the year. How much time did your network spend? Did your network spend on that? How much time did you This is awesome. Yeah. Go back to the Calvin Tony Fauci. He spent the entire time writing in his diary about how fun it is to be famous. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so on that note, what are you gonna say about me now? What are you gonna say about me now? I got no debate here. You want to talk about seriously? What are you gonna say about me now? Now you can't talk about it because obviously it was made in a lab in China. That's like not even questionable anymore. Tony Fauci is an absolute criminal. I'm on good terms with my family. I'm on good terms with my brother. What are you gonna say now? What are you gonna say now? I will let you know. It's been a fun ride for you. It's been a great life and a great career. Man, it's nice to be sitting on this side now, especially as a Calvin. Living over 100 times. Okay. I thought you would have won there, Tony. Why couldn't you answer one question the entire time? I got 4 minutes to the whole out. Yeah, I got 4 more minutes. We keep this shit going. That was big. That was big.
Over 2.5 minutes now.
You know, a lot of people went out there and got down. They got down with some French fries, you know what? They got down. I ain't get down. You have to strap me down when you get down. I'm not doing it. I remember this dude that I was working at the record label with, right? He was on his way up. And I got fired before he was still there. He was on his way up. 2 years later, I want to say 2021, I saw him working at Home Depot. I was enjoying it. True story, y'all. True story. Yo, what you doing here? Man, they wanted me to. I was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? And his father was a part of Public Enemy, so I knew he wasn't, he wasn't jacking under that. But it's big. It's big, man. You know, this whole world is supposed to give us certain ideas or put certain agendas, you know what I'm saying? A soccer player by the name of Carissa Landon explained how the soccer industry wanted him to sell his soul.
Heads up. Caribbean sea moss harvest is closing. Code NY26 drops natural rents to $28, but only, he said, not but this world, if you want to be part of the elite, you have to pay the price to enter the elite. Okay, what do I need to do? I was pretending I was sick, right? Because I could get to go through your soul. So I was there. I knew that he was after my soul then. Oh. That was no longer a game, that was something real in front of my eyes. And I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to enter the elite? And he said, everything costs something. If you agree, I'm going to give you a date and time. We're going to go and initiate it. There is different type of ways you can join. You can sign with your own blood, and with your own blood, you're going to have a specific year that you're going to die. So let's say you need to become a pro for 20 years, and after 20 years you will die. And if you don't want to die, you can give your sister or a relative to extend the fact. And I was like, bro, you took all of this, face to face. He took all of this, and I asked him, but how would I keep, you go to prison? He said, young man, the hospital will control. You control, you rule this world. Any person that disappears will control, so do not get paid. And I said, okay. I will my sister die if I give her. So it will be probably a cancer or car crash. It will depend on the circumstances of her life, how disobedient she is to God. I said, listen, thank you very much. A person that disappeared will control, so do not be afraid. And I said, okay. How will my sister die if I give her? He said, it will be probably a cancer or car crash. It will depend on the circumstances of her life, how disobedient she is to God. I said, listen, thank you very much for the offer, but I'd rather die the way I am. I don't want to do any of this. And he started to be hungry now. That's where his energy changed. His physically changed. Like his energy was like trying to dominate me. Like, you will never be the player you want to be. You will never reach the level you want to reach. Every president of clubs, every superstar that you worship are part of it. You can't without us. And I was like, what? As a young man, that's my dream, to become someone that collapsed, brother. It collapsed on the ground because I worked hard in Thailand. I worked hard in the academy to become the next Jerry Henry, because my dream was to become the next Jerry Henry, to make my mother proud. Like I always said, Mom, I will make you proud. But now today I know that making my mother proud is to serve God.
Now, when you see stuff like this, I mean, how many celebrities, how many athletes, how many actors, how many I don't know, models got to tell y'all the same thing before people understand that there is an agenda that goes on inside of the industry. Some people don't want to believe this. You know, I can't tell y'all what God they worship. I'm pretty sure you know. You know what I'm saying? But every selected group understands that there is a hidden source of power that they go to and get all of this worldly possessions from. You know what I'm saying? They understand this. They understand this logic. Did you see that Elon Musk said that in the next few years, AI will be our personal God?
Well, what do you want money for? You want money for goods and services, right? You want money for, obviously, food, housing, transport, entertainment. Well, if that is so abundant that there's more, that the robots and AI are providing more goods and services than any human could possibly consume, what do you need money for in that case?
But you're creating these robots.
Every now and then you'll need money, sure.
Are you selling these robots? Are you selling humanoid robots, or are you producing goods and services with the humanoid robots that you control? Are you the Levi Strauss?
I think it would probably be it would be an exercise in vanity for me to think that I would be controlling the super genius AI that is vastly smarter than me. I think what we can and should try to do is to make sure that the AI has good values, and that it cares about humanity, and that it wants us to be happy and prosper. I think it probably will be.
So why are you creating?
My biological neural net tells me is that the most important thing for AI safety is to be maximally truth-seeking.
See, bro, this the whole thing about that shit. You're basically saying, bro, you're trying to keep the AI from doing bad shit. What's the point? You're basically creating the AI to wind up turning bad. You just giving us that you're just gonna let them be. You're gonna program them to be good for a little bit, and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, what happened, nigga? No, you programmed them to turn bad, nigga. That's what you're trying to do, nigga. You know them shits is way smarter than us, and you know them shit is way stronger than us. They can do way more shit. Fuck is wrong with you? They probably could know what the fuck we thinking, nigga. The fuck? We trying to kill one of them niggas. They know we gonna get a bat, we gonna get a gun, all type of shit.
I ain't gonna need money. I ain't gonna need to get food. I ain't gonna need to do nothing. AI will handle everything for me.
Nah, bro.
It sounds like a personal genie, right?
Number one, we are close to creating a genie that can grant any wish. Close to creating a genie. Number two, we are going to make sure that our first wishes broadly benefit humanity, and that we kind of get the world to a place where a lot more people get to have a lot more wishes. It's been on my mind a lot recently. There's two things that people really love right now that taken together are a real security challenge. Number one, people love how personalized these models are getting. So ChatGPT now really gets to know you. It personalizes over your conversational history, your data you've connected to, or whatever else. And then number two is you can connect these models to other services. They can go off and like call things on the web and do stuff for you that's helpful. But what you really don't want is someone to be able to exfiltrate data from your personal model that knows everything about you.
Now, I just want to tell y'all this, that this type of technology has always been around for years. Okay? Spirits and demons have always been around for years. Now they just figured out a way for you to physically hold it. Okay? So when you command a demon to do something for you, and it has to listen to you, it's pretty much you're practicing necromancy. You know, it kills me a lot of people say, yeah, you know, this particular group is witchcraft or this, that, and the third, and people worshiping spirits. It's all necromancy. Whatever religion you pick, it's all necromancy. You know what I'm saying? If the spirit you're talking to is holy or is not, it's still necromancy. No such thing as good magic and bad magic. It's all spiritual practice.
Play your first $5 lineups and get $150 in lineups if you win. Download Prize Picks and start picking today.
We're seeing some very impressive year-over-year performance. ROAS is strong. MQLs are up 20%, and ad spend is up 45%.
Okay, so ad spend is up. Do you know which ads are actually driving that revenue?
Great question. When you look at attribution, it's complicated. It's really more of a whole...
For the things that we do. That don't happen in corporate America. It never happens in corporate America. You get fined $50,000 because you say something somebody don't like.
Here's Gervin.
That's real money. $100,000? I was like, oh, he only got $500,000, baby? What? $100,000? I'm never in favor of guys getting suspended. The fines to me don't make sense. You know, when you talk about as hard as we work to accumulate wealth, coming from situations that most people never make it out, and then you get fined the way we get fined, it's actually not set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. This job is not set up the way we're taxed. The way we're taxed, the way we're fined. The things that's for that, this job ain't never been set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. And you know, you hear about all these programs like this program, this program, that is to cover everybody. This program is to teach this guy this. But if I do something wrong, I lose $100,000.
Yeah. I told y'all, it's not designed for
crazy
people to win.
I'd be like, bro, $80,000, bro?
It's really not designed for nobody to win. You know what I'm saying? Rappers, actors, you know what I'm saying? You see the actors now, they coming out talking about they only getting 30 cents for a movie.
I love when you go out to the mailbox as an actor and you get hit with one of these residual checks and they're like, man, today's gonna be a good day, about to get a fat residual check from all the movies I've done in the last 20 years. Let's go. Today's gonna be a good day. Right. These are some of the movies I've done, not all. Battleship, Eagle Eye, Las Vegas, good one, De Niro, Morgan Freeman, Lone Survivor, unbelievable movie. Sully, I do not love the movie Sully. Here we go, big money, $14.03. What about $6.32? That's from Las Vegas. Las Vegas just keeping the lights on. And look, $14.03. I'm not laughing at that. I'm gonna cash that check. That's money. Money's money. If that money belongs to me, I want it. I don't care if it's $14, $4, if it's mine, I want it.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of
you know what I'm saying? It's not designed for people to win. The only people that win is the 1%. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like the Knicks won. The Knicks won, okay, you know, that's good, you know. But in a week from now, nobody's going to care about that. And the city is still going to talk from these young dudes. You know, that's sports betting. You know what I mean?
NBA is different with player props. Like the players, if they set the line at 18.5, how did you grab this stuff at 18 points? Like, it really be crazy. Don't they average out in this once you get slayed before? Yeah. So, for example, in the last 5 games on Five Six, they be saying, like, the person averaging 23. Yeah, you go over on that game. Like, we gonna say 23, 25, 30, 30. You go over. It goes, oh my God, so it goes crazy. I don't think he was betting on himself. Yeah, Jonte Porter. Yeah, I actually did it. We were talking about, he just said, like, I was talking to the Lord, like, what he said, he was just like, oh, man. Everybody said I was lying. Everybody said I was hating. Things don't work like that. I call him that.
His efficiency has been a big
I just want y'all to see this and say, oh, he was like,
their defense just falls apart once the ball goes.
Okay, next field, it goes all the way around the court and magnets in the ball, so we literally can't miss. Roman's been working on this technology for a while, but we need him too.
6 points for him. And timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
You believe me now? It's just weird to me how we don't see, you know, what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, Draymond Green basically broke the oath and told the younger generation that, you know, if you want to be like me, you know, you lose. It's not designed for you to win. You know what I'm saying? In America, it's like the people. the people that do the most always get the short end of the stick. It's the ones that sit on their behind, on their yachts, you know what I'm saying? And they got their kids and everything, but they got problems too. They got problems too. Don't you ever believe that life is smooth for them because they got problems too. You know what I'm saying? It's always a catch-22 in life. You know what I'm saying? Where you think that it's supposed to go this way, but it never does. I don't know, man. I just kind of find that to be strange. Like, yo, you playing in the NBA, you tearing up your knees, getting injured, all kind of stuff, and at the end of the day, it means nothing. Once you retired and you out the league, it means absolutely nothing in entertainment. What are you gonna do, man? I want to talk about this too, man. So, yes, I moved back to the Midwest. I was like, man, I ain't gonna hold you. I went to New York for like 3 days, and I looked at a couple cribs out there, right? And I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, man,
Fresh lemonade!
Sorry, kid, I don't get paid till Friday.
Just use Bridget and get up to $250 instantly with no credit check, interest, or late fees.
You want strawberry or regular?
Download the Bridget app and get $50 to $250 instantly.
I'm about to lose all this shit.
Listen, yeah, what we doing? Let me get that, bro.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga tripping, gang. What's up with you? I'm about to lose all this shit.
Listen, yeah, what we doing? Let me get that, bro.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga tripping, gang. What's up with I'm about to lose all.
I wish somebody would have said,
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. 3, no friends.
Let me.
we have you.
Well, don't you look pretty as a picture? Thank you. Mother. I was worried to make you look gawky, but no. Praise be his mercy for not making me look too gawky. I'm an irritant to Paula. She wants me married and gone. I was born in the sinful before world. Please keep the camera clean. We don't want to get dancing. Don't slouch, dear. Slouching girls get fat husbands.
Who's ready for a deal? Now you can order a footlong in the Subway app and get another for free. That's right, Subway Sub Club members, free. Get your favorite sub plus one. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
I saw this report a couple of days ago and I thought it was fake, right? And somebody sent it to me, of course, on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere. I thought it was fake. This was like 5 days ago. Obviously, they put the word signed, right? So you're like, oh my God, the Sixers signed Kevin Love. So clickbait, right? Basketball Ground, okay, 500,000 followers. The Philadelphia 76ers are looking to finalize a one-year veteran minimum deal with Kevin Love for a roster spot, adding a proven locker room leader and NBA champion alongside LeBron James. And people are sending me this. I'm like, bro, anybody can make a graphic that says breaking news and signed, and I haven't heard anything from any reputable source that said the Sixers are trying to sign Kevin Love, right? But then these reports start to come out. Kevin Love's agent has been in contact with the Sixers front office since LeBron James chose Philly. This is from Sleeper 76ers. And now I'm seeing it, all over. And let's just type in Kevin Love here. And I'm like, wait, are they really trying to sign Kevin Love? Kevin Love wants to join the Sixers, which would reunite him with LeBron James before retirement. Philadelphia must waive or trade a player if they want to sign Love before the season begins. Kevin Love's agent, Jeff Schwartz, has been in touch with the Philadelphia 76ers front office since James picked Philadelphia, sources told ESPN. So, the first question you got to ask is Kevin Love still good? It's on TV, Olympics. Is Kevin Love still good? The answer to that is no, Kevin Love is not still good. Kevin Love is 37 years old. He has appeared to be 57 years old for 10 years now. Anytime I see Kevin Love on TV and I tell myself that I am older than Kevin Love, just feels crazy. I feel the same about Draymond Green, honestly. Maybe it's the gray. It's probably just the gray hair. No, Kevin Love is cooked. He's absolutely washed, right? He's 37 years old. He played for the Utah Jazz last year, and he averaged 6 points off the bench. He did shoot 37% from three. Now, when you look at it like what the 76ers say every time they sign a washed veteran that shouldn't be in the NBA anymore, they always argue he's a locker room guy. You really want that veteran presence. It makes me think automatically about the 76ers re-signing Kyle Lowry for 2 years when he was retired 5 years ago. A veteran presence can teach the young guys all that type of stuff. And I was always like, yeah, but he can't actually play at all anymore, right? He should never be on the floor. At least Kevin Love gives you that same veteran presence, good for the young guys, his connection with LeBron James, his history with LeBron James. Like, if you're talking about the end of the bench, if you're talking about the 15th guy on the roster, if you're talking about waiving Jabari Walker or somebody else that shouldn't be on the floor anyway, at least Kevin Love still shot almost 38% from three last season, right? So if you get in a situation where there's some injuries, there's some players rehabbing a sore knee, a sore ankle, whatever it is, right? You have one of those nights where Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and LeBron James are all out, and Kevin Love ends up playing 20 minutes that one game. It is what it is. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't actually matter, is what I'm saying. Like, it's the same way the Sixers kept re-signing Kyle Lowry. It didn't actually matter. You didn't want him to be on the floor for more than a couple minutes, right, during the regular season. And if that player ended up playing in the playoffs, something catastrophic has happened leading up to that event. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't love it. I would rather a young player with some potential to be getting the development of being on an NBA team over a 37-year-old player who has nothing to offer you anymore at this point. But knowing the Sixers, man, they, like, again, I don't care either way if they sign Kevin Love or not. I don't hate it. I would rather it be a young player that gets the development opportunity. But I could also see a world where the Sixers sign Kevin Love, and number one, Nick Nurse plays it because it's Nick Nurse. Nobody loves old guys more than Nick Nurse other than Doc Rivers. But I also see a world where Kevin Love gets on fire randomly on a Tuesday night in January. On a Tuesday night in January, Kevin Love goes for 27 points. And he's 5 for 6 he's 7 for 8 from three-point range. And everybody thinks he revived his career, and then, that's it. That's it. It's over. But, there's all the, like, there's not actually much to say. I don't care if the Sixers sign Kevin Love or not. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. It doesn't really change anything. He's better than Kyle Lowry. He's better than Eric Gordon. He's better than Reggie Jackson. He's better than any other old player the 76ers signed over the past couple of years. We would just have to hope that Nick Nurse doesn't go crazy and play Kevin Love 15 minutes a night starting game one. The only other Sixers thing I have today is, man, why was Tracy McGrady lying? Why was Tracy McGrady lying about Jaylen Brown? Because if you remember this, let me get this up here, man. When the Sixers traded for Jaylen Brown, right? Tracy McGrady, who also is constantly promoting a podcast, right? Vince and T-Mac. And when it comes to the podcast stuff, man, I'm just starting to wonder who's listening to all of these podcasts. Like, how can every NBA player and every former NBA player have a podcast? Who's listening to all of these podcasts, man? It's a lot of podcasts, bro. So anyway, Tracy McGrady, he's one of the first ones that put out the whole, like, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown beef in Boston, right? And he ended up kind of being right about that. And people told me, like, well, Tracy McGrady is a personal friend of Jaylen Brown or was there during his come-up in AAUs and college and his beginning of the NBA, and they're personal friends. But then I was like, why would Jaylen Brown want Tracy McGrady to publicly be saying these things? Like, if I'm your friend and we have a conversation, why would you go public on your podcast and be like, Jaylen Brown is beefing with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics are going to trade him? You know what I mean? That's kind of shady, right? That's kind of throwing a friendship under the bus just to promote a podcast, is it not? A little bit of Pablo Torre action. Here's the original clip of Tracy McGrady saying, here's what he said. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent. Let me get some air real quick, man. It's getting hot up here. Getting hot. Come on, man. There we go. So yeah, when the Sixers first traded for Jaylen Brown, Tracy McGrady said that Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid have not spoken. So let's hear this clip here.
JB was on a stream the other day, and he reached out to Maxey. He talked to Maxey, and he talked to BJ.
but I don't think he hasn't spoken to Embiid yet. So, and they had their thing in past years, the personal, thing going on. Now they're teammates, and I don't think there's been a conversation between the two, at least not to my knowledge. I haven't heard anything on it. So that's not a good sign, because when you go into a new team, you go into a team that this the MVP, like you've been the MVP for this team. Now I'm coming to join your team, and we haven't had a conversation. I don't like it.
All right. First of all, Tracy McGrady, are you the spokesperson for Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and the Philadelphia 76ers? Like, he said, not to my knowledge. Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid haven't spoken yet, not to my knowledge. And then he goes on to state it as a fact and says, like, that's a problem that they haven't spoken yet. Not to your knowledge. You're saying this as if they did have a conversation, Jaylen Brown would come and tell you for some reason, or Joel Embiid would come and tell you, like they'd be like, hey, now that we had this conversation, we better make sure we go tell Tracy McGrady.
So, have you heard of the Seaweed Super Snack? It's so umami, crunchy, and melty. So good. So gimme.
I know it's hard to believe, but you could qualify for extra cash up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. I'm always trying to help my people out, so believe me when I say it really is this simple. Download Dave and see how much extra cash you're eligible for. I qualified for $260, and I was able to instantly transfer it to my Dave checking account. The reason I downloaded Dave was because I really wanted to buy myself some flight tickets. I was able to do that right away. It truly comes in clutch. So next time you're thinking about asking someone to borrow money from
What? I don't know, man. All this stuff is just starting to feel fraudulent. People are just trying to promote podcasts, bro. Vince Carter doesn't actually give a fuck about this topic. Look how fake interested he is. Look how fake interested Vince Carter is in this topic. Look at this reaction.
Not a good sign, because when you go into a new team, you go into a team that
Man, he don't give a damn about this topic, bro. Oh my God. Look, I understand it's the
most of my technical aptitude was just playing video games.
ACPI University is helping individuals, even those with minimal computer experience, pursue a future in cybersecurity.
With ECPI, you just jump right in. Whether it's programming, building a server, or calculating networks, the emphasis on hands-on approach really just, they just knocked it out of the park. Now, I'm a penetration tester. I wake up every morning excited for my job. ECPI is literally...
The first order of business involves Kawhi Leonard of the Los Angeles Clippers. And this is not about basketball, ladies and gentlemen. This is about something that extends far beyond basketball. Undisclosed sponsorship deal. Kawhi Leonard reportedly, allegedly, had an undisclosed sponsorship deal with Daktronics. Los Angeles Clippers star Kawhi Leonard, whose sponsorship agreement with the now bankrupt green banking company Aspiration is at the center of an NBA investigation as we speak, also allegedly had an undisclosed sponsorship deal worth millions of dollars with Daktronics, the company that designed the Clippers' massive video board inside Intuit Dome. This is according to former ESPN contributor Pablo Torre on his podcast, Pablo Torre Finds Out. Torre interviewed an individual identified as, quote, an anonymous high-level source under contract for the Intuit Dome, who alleged the Daktronics agreement, quote, was 1,000% a way to circumvent the salary cap. It was funneling money from the Clippers through Daktronics back to Kawhi Leonard. Torrey also cited an anonymous former Clippers official who said they were aware Leonard had a sponsorship agreement with Daktronics, the South Dakota-based company behind the Halo board, the largest double-sided Halo display ever built inside an arena, at the Clippers' $2 billion Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California, which opened in August of 2024. According to Daktronics' website, the company produces video boards for several NBA arenas, including for the Phoenix Suns, Charlotte Hornets, Milwaukee Bucks, Detroit Pistons, Memphis Grizzlies, and Brooklyn Nets. A search for Kawhi Leonard returned no results on the company's website. The Clippers did not respond to a request to comment as of Thursday evening, and of course it remains unclear when Leonard's reported sponsorship agreement with Daktronics began or what its terms included. However, a spokesperson representing Daktronics told Hunter Brook Media, which collaborated with Torrey on the reporting, that Leonard does not currently have an active contract with the company. This smells, y'all. This smells. Keep in mind that as we speak, the law firm of Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz are leading the NBA's investigation into Kawhi Leonard's April 2022 sponsorship agreement with Aspiration. That is still going on. We're still waiting for a ruling on that. A trip to Toronto. Commissioner to articulate it. It's on the part of the teams. The commissioner said, hey, y'all go ahead and do the deal. That'll send Kawhi Leonard from the Clippers to the Toronto Raptors. But I can tell you, they're doing it with a risk proposition, because if the investigation comes out and discover that it's very incriminating against Kawhi Leonard and against Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, or within the Clippers marketing department, whoever the hell it was, they're going to roll. So because that reality that you have to deal with, this smells. This doesn't look good at all. At all. And I can't do this. I've been saying until the cows come home. I'll say it again. When we talk about Kawhi Leonard, this is the thing that kills me. When I think about Kawhi Leonard, ladies and gentlemen, he has signed two deals, or max level deal, with the Los Angeles Clippers since arriving in July of 2019. So a 3-year deal. In July 2019, 3 years, $103 million. Signed as a free agent after leaving Toronto in the second season. August of 2021, he re-upped 4 years, $176.3 million, which was a maximum contract. opted out of his previous deal and re-signed with the Clippers despite recovering from a torn ACL, including a player option in the 4th year. January of 2024, 3-year deal, $149.5 million. This was a veteran extension, but of course it wasn't the absolute maximum he was eligible to receive. Leonard accepted slightly less than the full maximum by the Clippers, additional financial flexibility. And I guess we're supposed to applaud him for that. This is the same dude that blackmailed the Clippers. This is the same dude that in July of 2019 arrived only after telling them, get Paul George or else I'm going to take my talents to the Los Angeles Lakers.